So today, Modern Warfare 4 was officially announced. I'm sure you've all seen the trailer and all the videos talking about it. I did get invited to a preview event last week. However, I already had a big family trip planned for that week, so I wasn't going to step away from that. So I didn't go to the event, and I have not played the game myself, but I was able to attend a call which basically summarized all the information from the event. So today I just wanted to go over some of the details on the campaign and the multiplayer. I'm not really a Call of Duty news channel, so if you're looking for very specific detailed information, I'm sure there are many other creators with much better videos, but I do have some thoughts, especially on the multiplayer. I don't have any gameplay, so I'm probably just gonna have the trailer in the background and maybe some leftover ARC creators footage or something. So I guess we'll start with the campaign. I'm sure you guys have all seen the trailer. The main chunk of the story will begin in South Korea. You will play as Jesse from Last of Us, but you will also continue Captain Price's story from where we left off in Modern Warfare 3. Spoiler alert if you haven't played the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, but he kills Shepard and now he's on the run. I assume his story with Makarov isn't finished, and he seems to form an alliance with Valeria, but I'm pretty sure his story will eventually collide with the whole situation in Korea and with Jesse's character. I just looked up his character's name and it's Private Park, but he will always be Jesse to me. He was probably one of the best parts of Last of Us Season 2 because, honestly, that season was terrible, did not do the game justice, but he played a good Jesse. Anyway, back to the campaign. That's all I'm gonna say for the story. They did tell us some more story moments that we are allowed to share, but I kind of wish I didn't know myself because they kind of spoiled it a little bit for myself, you know? I'd rather go into the campaign not knowing anything, so I'm just not gonna tell you guys anything more because I do think they put in more work on this campaign than they have in the past, definitely in the past couple years. So I think it's just better to go into the campaign not knowing as much. I don't know if they're going to release the campaign early like they did for Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, but I kind of hope they do just because I think this campaign will deserve the spotlight for at least a little bit, because every time a Call of Duty game comes out, people usually just go right into the multiplayer, at least for the first week or two. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, I don't want to say too much, but it does feel like they wrote a pretty good story for the campaign, and I'm excited to play it. I know the Modern Warfare 3 campaign definitely fell short, but I almost don't blame them because they were probably so rushed with that game. They had to work on that game right after Modern Warfare 2, and I personally think Modern Warfare 2 was actually a good, solid campaign, so they definitely can write a good story if they have the right amount of time. I mean, the Modern Warfare 19 campaign was fantastic, so they can definitely make a good campaign, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so now let's talk about the multiplayer, what you've all been waiting for. Again, I did not play the game myself, but they did share a lot of details on the multiplayer that I would like to go into. So starting with the movement, because that seems to be the hottest topic when it comes to Call of Duty gameplay, I can confirm that there is no Omni movement. Thank goodness. I always hated Omni movement. I think it added nothing to the game. Especially as a mouse and keyboard player, some of the movement was so sporadic and ridiculous in Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 that it's just not fun. And once they added wall bouncing, the movement was just too much. So I'm glad they are reverting that for Modern Warfare 4. I would say the movement mechanics are pretty close to Modern Warfare 3. You can slide cancel, jump shot, drop shot, all that good stuff. I don't think the mechanics are going to be as quick as they were in Modern Warfare 19, but they definitely did not go with the Modern Warfare 2 route and just kill the movement. That was the rumor for the longest time, that Modern Warfare 4 would just be like Modern Warfare 2. I'm happy to say that that is not the case, and they're definitely keeping the movement grounded but still fluid. They actually showed that you can still slide to a supine, so slide on your back. So I would assume that means you can slide into a prone, which actually would be similar to how it was in Modern Warfare 19, because you can't do that in Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, if I remember correctly. Tactical sprint is back, and they actually added an animation where as your tactical sprint is running out, you can actually visually see your gun lower. So there's a smoother transition between tac sprint and normal sprint. So just little things like that are actually pretty cool. But overall, the movement, it seems fine. They didn't mess it up, and I think most of us are going to be pretty happy with it. In terms of the time to kill, we are going back to that faster time to kill. It seems very similar to Modern Warfare 19 and Modern Warfare 2, which I personally like more. I like it. I know a lot of people like the longer time to kills, but I think weapon balancing is just easier with a faster time to kill, especially one-shot kill weapons. I mean, snipers and melee weapons pretty much dominate Modern Warfare 3 because they went with a longer time to kill. And as a mouse and keyboard player, faster time to kill is just make it a bit easier to keep up. Now, one of the biggest changes that they're making to the gunplay is they're actually changing how hip firing works, which is the first time ever in Call of Duty. In most first-person shooter games, including Call of Duty, when you hip fire, there is a hip fire crosshair, and your bullets will basically be completely random within that crosshair. So there's always going to be hip fire bloom or spread. However, for the first time, they're actually going to use a point firing system instead. Basically, wherever your gun is pointing, your gun is still going to be completely accurate. The only FPS games that use the point fire system are games like Tarkov, Insurgency Sandstorm, and some other Unreal Engine shooters. So this is definitely going to be very interesting to see, because from the gameplay that I watched, there's still a hip fire crosshair or bubble. I don't know if there's going to be like weapon inertia and sway, where your aim is not always going to be centered, because that's how it works in Tarkov. You just have to know where the end of your barrel is pointing. But I feel like that's a bit too complex for Call of Duty, and maybe I'm overthinking it. But point firing is definitely going to be a pretty big change in this. Laser sights are going to be very important because your bullet is actually going to land exactly where your laser is pointing. This is definitely going to be very good on mouse and keyboard because hip firing or point firing up close will actually be accurate now. You don't have to worry about the spread or the bloom. Again, we're going to have to get our hands on the game to actually see how this plays, because technically that also means that I can point fire from very long ranges. But anyway, moving on, they're making some changes to the muzzle smoke when you're shooting your weapon. In Modern Warfare 2, if you shot your weapon, especially with iron sights, you can't see anything. There's smoke everywhere. In this game, they're making it where the center of your screen, wherever your target is, will always have an area where there's not going to be any smoke. There's like a gradient effect where the center isn't going to have any smoke, but as you look around your weapon, then you'll see some smoke. So you'll still get that immersion with the muzzle smoke, but the visibility of your target will never be obscured, if that makes sense. I don't think I explained it properly, but hopefully some of you understood what I was trying to say. The visual recoil also seemed very manageable. It was nothing crazy like in Modern Warfare 2. The class system seems to be pretty similar to the traditional class system. You have 3 perks, your primary, your secondary. The UI also is much better now. It's not the Hulu UI anymore, thank goodness. They haven't confirmed all the perks, but they did confirm that Quick Fix and Ninja were perks in the game. The Ride Shield is making a return, but as a field upgrade, and you can break it and damage it. So the Ride Shield is back, but it's definitely not going to be anything crazy. You can actually break the Ride Shield now, which is awesome. And it's a field upgrade, so people aren't going to be constantly running around with it. They haven't confirmed all the weapons yet, but we can expect to see the usual classic Modern Warfare weapons. I saw the SCAR, M4, MP5, all the good ones. And when you max out a weapon, you actually unlock a new attachment called an Apex attachment, which basically turns the gun into another weapon. So it's like an aftermarket part. So off the rip, I think we'll have a good variety of weapons to have fun with. On day 1, we're going to be getting 12 new 6v6 maps, no remakes. And then on top of that, there's going to be gunfight maps and also a big war map is what they're calling it. So I guess there's going to be some sort of ground war-esque mode. We didn't get to see any gameplay on that. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier is they're adding a new option for the FOV called Enhanced FOV. It allows you to just increase the FOV on the edges of your screen. I think this might be pretty beneficial for people who just prefer lower FOVs and better visibility, but you can just extend the FOV by just a little bit on the edges. Pretty cool feature, but I personally don't think I'll be using it because I'm going to crank it to max anyway. They're also making some changes to the prestige system. They're adding an option to prestige without resetting your progression, or you can just do the traditional prestige system where everything resets and you have to unlock everything again, but you get some XP bonuses and some additional rewards. Overall, that's kind of like the main highlights of what I can remember from the call that I was in. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more details on the multiplayer that I completely missed or forgot. But so far, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually kind of impressed. They seem to be making some good changes, and for the first time in a while, I'm actually excited for the next Call of Duty. You guys know me, I have always been a Modern Warfare guy. I have just not enjoyed the most recent Treyarch titles. Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 just were not it for me. I understand that they were very good competitive games, but for me as a creator, I just prefer the Modern Warfare series. I'm sure you can tell that I just haven't been playing that much Call of Duty in the past year or two on the channel, and it's kind of nice to actually look forward to something Call of Duty related. because I have not looked forward to anything COD related in a couple years now. Now, I'm not going to be too overly optimistic or hopeful for the next COD, but I'm interested. I can say that at least. Also, DMZ, or the new version of DMZ, has officially been announced. We can't talk about that yet, but that is a mode that I'm looking forward to as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and see you in the next one.